Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Carolyn Edwards, and this is Get Your Life, where we have real conversations with real people about real issues. We want you to live your best life now because we were born to do more than just breathe, eat, and sleep and repeat. So our first guest 2026. Normally we talk about our resolutions, losing weight and getting out of debt. But no, we are talking about living our best life through travel with Miss Shaiy Howard. And so she's going to tell us all the fabulous places, how we can save money and just live our best life and have fun experiencing different things. So welcome, Miss Shaiy.
Thank you, Dr. Edwards, for having me.
You are so welcome. I hope y'all appreciate my vacation realness because I love the beach. So before we get into all the great places you're going to tell us about, I want you to tell us about you. Like, how did you start Travel by Shaiy? Why did you become an entrepreneur? What happened? What was going on?
Well, I was in the corporate world for a number of years, and I did want to do something else, something in business. I didn't know quite what I wanted to do, but this just came to me the other day. I was just thinking. So I was about 20 years old, and I remember saying to myself, when I turned 40, I'm not going to be working for anyone. I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire at 40.
Come on.
Well, I'm not retired.
Right, but you're doing
I'm not retired,
different.
but I started this business about 20 years ago.
Awesome.
So well before I was 40. And what made me get into the business, because I did want to do something. And my late husband, rest his soul, he was like, you're always on that computer. You need to find something that's going to make you money with the computer.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, he just talking. Like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, I thought about travel. I'm like, you know what? I like traveling. And then we traveled a lot anyway. Well, not a lot. We traveled more than our friends and family travel.
Right.
And people would always ask us, where should they go? I'm like, you know what? I should get into
That's awesome.
the profession. And I did some research. It was hard to get in at first because people were like gatekeeping. They didn't really want to help you.
We're going to talk about that too.
stuff. And listen, if I know something, I'm telling everyone everything I know. Okay.
Because what's for you is for you.
Absolutely. But long story, not so long. So I got into the business. I did some research and stuff like that. And 19 and a half years later, here I am.
All right, here she is. Okay, I want to just dip back to what she said about people not helping you because I feel like I'm sunshine and flowers when I'm interviewing my guests, but it's not always sunshine and flowers. Sometimes it's obstacles or, like you said, it's barriers to entry.
Right.
People don't want to share information and things like that. So you talked about not sharing information, but were there any other hurdles or pitfalls?
Yeah, there were in the beginning. Because like I said, I was new and I was doing everything blindly.
Right.
Just on my own. I was with one host agency. They went under, so I had like a whole bunch of commissions I didn't get paid for. But back then it was fine because I still had my corporate job, and then you know my husband was there, so you know it's a little different. You can be an entrepreneur when you have a backup plan.
Yes.
It's like when you don't have the backup plan, that's when it's a little challenging.
Right.
So I got through that and got with another host agency, and things start looking up. But at first I was just kind of like playing around with it. I wasn't really serious about it because I still had my corporate job. That was the main thing. But I did a group cruise.
Oh,
it was just a 2-day cruise. I advertised on Facebook. I had 80 plus people to join my group.
Wow.
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Hey, there's a need there.
I'm like, this can probably be a business.
Right.
And I got serious. And then I started doing like some celebrity comedy cruises. Like Marvin Dixon is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
I did a few cruises with him. It was like groups of people. And I'm like, you know what?
Hey, this is a business.
I can like really do this. And I'm a business major, so I have a business background. So I'm like, you know what? I can really do this. So here I am. So now I'm full throttle. And I did work in the corporate world and did run my business for the first, I would say 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
But probably for the last, I would say almost 10 years, this is all I've been doing.
Okay.
Even through COVID. Of course, we weren't selling travel during COVID.
Right.
But if you can survive COVID, you can survive anything.
Of course, because we definitely...
I'm still standing by God's grace. I'm still here.
Okay. So we did not, at that time, like you said, we didn't travel. So thank God, we have bounced back. We can go places.
Absolutely.
And so now we want to talk about all the good places that we can go to. And then we'll talk about, where you should stay and where you should go. So my question is, if you had to tell someone why they should travel, tell me or tell our audience why they should travel.
Well, traveling, to me, I think it expands your mind.
Mm-hmm.
People that are well-traveled, they're more smarter than other people to me, just because they know a lot. They just seen so many different things, and it expands your mind.
It does.
And life is so short.
It
and,
is.
Some people, they brag, oh, I have like 1,000 hours of PTO, this and that or whatever.
Right.
But
use it.
Use it.
Because once you're gone,
you're gone. And then once you here anyway, they're going to replace you.
Yeah.
So use your time.
Use your time.
And it's, traveling to me, it's a reset also.
Yes.
It's a reset. It's relaxing. And I feel like if you're spending your time planning trips, you don't have time for any other foolishness, especially relationships.
Oh, yeah.
So we just plan trips. So that way there's no argument because we're planning our next trip. So there's no room to argue.
What keeps you focused? So I always like to tell my audience, what does the research say? I told you I used to be a professor, so I'm always digging it. What does the research say? So this is what the research says about travel. It reduces stress. You talked about that. You can calm down and take a reset. It improves your mental and physical well-being. Absolutely. I would say psychological too.
It does.
It allows you to enhance your creativity because you get to see other things, other cultures, other ways to live. It also increases your personal growth from exposure to new cultures. One thing I love is learning about new foods, how they prepare foods. It makes me appreciate what I have, especially when I go to some of the islands.
I was going to tell you, right?
Yeah, when they are living on less.
At home.
Yes, I appreciate what I have at home. I appreciate my life. I appreciate who I am. I appreciate how I can move because you see other people where they walk. Some people have shoes, some people don't. Or how they live. They're cooking outside or the washing machine is outside.
We take so much for granted.
We have air conditioners. Some of them don't. So it makes
I'm only booking places with air conditioning.
Okay. But we're visiting and we're looking and we're on tours. So you get to see stuff. And then the other thing, it says it builds resilience because, and we're going to talk about this, what happens when they cancel or what happens when they reroute. And one time we were on a cruise, we were supposed to leave out of Miami. Something was in the ocean. And they decided to change the port to Orlando and didn't tell us. We flew to Fort Lauderdale to catch the little shuttle to Miami, but the boat was in Orlando. And at that time, it was like a holiday cruise.
You booked that on your own?
I booked it on my own. And see, that's why we need Shaiy. I booked it on my own. And we ended up, if I had a drum roll, in the Econo Lodge. That's the only hotel. So I'm not talking about Econo Lodge, but I'm just saying it was rough. It was rough. It was rough.
You're not calling a travel agent to book you at the Econo Lodge. Okay?
Right. So that's what happened when we're speaking with the ship's people. It's like you take whatever you get. You get someplace to get it. They aren't fighting for you to get a rental car. And they're like, you get on the shuttle to the hotel. So that is what happened. So.
Next time, call me, Dr.
So what are some of the popular places that people are visiting now?
Oh, gosh, there's so many places. For this year, I'm booking a lot of Japan.
Okay.
Right now, I'm booking a lot of Japan. I was actually in Japan as well as some other places in Asia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Singapore. We were just there in October.
Okay.
I had escorted a group. It was 22 of us. We're gone for 17 days. So I specialize in groups. I do individuals also.
Okay.
But I specialize in group travel. We have a group coming up. We're going to Egypt.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're doing. It's a luxury Egypt experience. Everything is luxury.
Okay, I like that. Everything.
Yes, the thing is, I like to specialize in luxury, but I can't say all my clients are luxury. However, everything's going to be quality.
Okay.
We want you to get a great deal, but we're not going to sacrifice quality for price.
Right, because you want to have a good experience. You don't want to get over there and get sick and stuff like that. Okay, what about? I have a lot of friends that are going to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica's a nice place. Also, I've been to Costa Rica a couple times.
Okay, I've never been, but I've heard that. And then Dubai, I see a lot of people
so Dubai is my favorite
That's your
place.
favorite?
I feel like you have to go to Dubai once in your life.
Okay.
And of course, it's the glitz and the glamour. It's all lit up, and everything is massive. Everything is so rich in Dubai. The aesthetics are just amazing. And people think, oh, Dubai is going to cost like $10,000 to go to Dubai.
Right.
No,
it's not that expensive.
It's not that expensive.
I at one time everybody was going, and then they were sharing the pictures. I was like, I feel like I've already been. So should I still go?
No, you definitely should still go to Dubai.
Still go.
I love the culture and the misconception about Dubai. People are like, well, I don't want to go there because you can't really do much. That's not true. I mean, you can wear what you want to wear. Of course, you got to be respectful.
Right.
And the only time you're like really fully clothed, it's fully covers in the mosque.
Okay.
So it's just a respecting of the mosque. But I mean, people wear shorts.
Oh, wow.
People, they walk down the street and eat, unlike Japan. You don't walk down the street and eat in Japan.
Right.
But I love Dubai. There's so
I
much
would
to
not
do in
know
Dubai.
that unless I met Shaiy.
There's so much to do in Dubai.
I don't want to offend. So, like you say, you don't want to eat in the street, or you want to be respectful of the dress. So those are some of the things that you can tell.
And now, of course, now I know sometimes, like, you go on social media here, people may be like cursing out someone at a front desk. No, you're not doing that in Dubai. They're going to arrest you.
Right.
And it's just rude. If they're not rude to you, don't be rude to them.
Yeah, just have some respect.
That's all. Just be respectful.
Right.
No matter where you go.
So I remember, like, back in the day when I was traveling to Africa and some other places, you had to have a visa. And then they kind of cut some of that out. You could kind of just go as you want. So do we need visa, passport, shots?
Definitely depends on where you're going.
Okay.
Whether you need a visa or not. And sometimes the visas are within the airline ticket. If you have a U.S. passport, you don't need a visa.
Okay.
So it's always great to check to see what you need, because things are changing. Like I know going to London now, there's this electronic card you need now going to London. A lot of places have electronic card. Most of them you can do at the airport, but you kind of want to do it beforehand because that way it just saves you time. It saves
time, and it's stressful because my husband and I did that. We didn't know we had to have this little card or whatever, and then the daggone Wi-Fi was acting up.
Right.
And so we were stressed, and we had just found out.
And you can't get in until you have that completed.
You cannot get in. So we had to sit in the little waiting area, and we're trying both our phones and everything. So
you want to know.
Ahead of
and then
time.
let me just go back to visas really quick. And speaking of visas, because some places you do need a visa to get in.
Yes.
Like, give you an example, Brazil. You must have a visa for Brazil. And that visa it should be a quick process.
Right.
But sometimes it can take like 10 days.
Wow.
So I had a client, luckily it was my son who booked, him and his friends, some other ball players. They booked to go to Brazil.
Okay.
And they did the visa, but the visa, I know with my son, his visa, he kept having this in the picture, but it would not, they didn't approve it before the trip. They didn't have to cancel the trip because you cannot travel to Brazil without a visa.
And we had some friends that were doing that also and didn't know that they needed a visa. So then they had to cancel their trip and then reschedule. So like you said, it's so important to check, even for ourselves. We did not know. We're thinking, the American passport, because it used to kind of be like that. The American passport gave you the cachet or entree.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Well, I'm finding
And as far as vaccinations, not all parts of Africa you need vaccinated. If you go to Ghana, you do need to be vaccinated for Ghana. For South Africa, there's no vaccinations required. So it just really depends. And then not only that, don't really go by what I'm saying because it's always changing.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know, tomorrow we can it could be something else tomorrow.
Something different.
So with us, we always check for our clients before they leave, especially like if I know you need a visa to go somewhere, when you book that trip, we're talking about a visa. So if you come to me and I know this trip is, a couple months away, that's fine. But if you want to go to Brazil next week, I'm not booking it.
Right.
Unless I see the visa.
Right.
Because if not, I mean, it's because you set yourself up for cancellations, and then it's money involved when
it's money, it's stress, it's all of that. Because when I'm ready to go on vacation,
you don't want to be stressed.
I don't want to be stressed.
Vacation should not be stressful.
It should not be stress. So if a client, when they come to you, how do you give them recommendations? Like, do you ask them what kind of vacations they like?
Yeah, we qualify them. Now, most people come, they already kind of know what they want to do. Or if they come to you and their plan sounds like all over the place. Like some people come to me, they want to go to all these places that they're like, I want to go to Bali, but I want to go in 3 days. They want a 3-day trip to Bali. But it takes you about 3 days to get to Bali.
There, right.
So things like that, you have to like educate them because people, they don't know. They see it and think they could just go.
Right.
Like Dubai, to me, I think you should do at least a solid 7 days in Dubai.
Okay.
Now, I did do around Christmas. They didn't really want to be gone that long. They did about 4 or 5 days. I think it was too short.
Yeah. What about the plane? How long is the plane ride
Well,
itself?
Going from Miami, we can fly direct. It's 14 hours going and 16 on the return.
Oh,
So to me, you kind of need, and then they are, I want to say 9 hours. Dubai is 9 hours ahead of us.
right. So then you have to adjust your body for the time difference.
Right.
So,
So you
yeah.
leave here at 11 o'clock at night, but by the time you
Okay.
get there, it's like 11 o'clock their time or 10 o'clock their time at
In the
night.
morning. Oh, at night.
At night
okay.
there. So yeah, so it's like your body is kind of like all off.
Right.
So that day is shot. You can't even do anything that day.
Right,
2
right.
days are just gone.
Right.
So to say I want to do a 3 or 4 day trip, it's like,
Yeah, that's great. Now, maybe if you're 20, you can get it.
Well, yeah, right.
I don't want to do that.
But even when I was 20, I didn't want to do that.
yeah, I don't want to do that.
No, because you're not really enjoying the destination.
Right, right. You need time. You need time.
Right.
Especially, so I would just tell all our viewers, if you're going a long way, I'm going to say, if you're going somewhere 15 hours, 14 hours,
At least a week.
at least a week. Yeah, because
If you could do 10 days,
Right.
like we just did Asia, it was 17 days.
yeah.
But we
You
went
need-
4 or 5 different places.
Right.
You know, so, and the thing is, I understand, like, unfortunately in America, our vacation time is not like other countries.
Yeah, they get a whole month.
They get a whole month. Like a lot of us, especially if you just start a job, you may get like a week.
A week,
Some people
right.
2. And then some people may not want to spend the entire 2 weeks.
in that location.
Right. So what we
Right.
try to do too, sometimes our groups, but it just doesn't work out that way. We try to do them during the summertime. But like the Asia trip, it just didn't work out during the summertime. Dubai, you don't want to do in the summer because it's way too hot.
It's too hot. Okay.
Yeah. So we try to do it in the summer so that way the people that are off and the kids are off, make it a little more convenient, or the
Right.
holidays. But then
Right.
holiday travel is the most expensive time to travel.
Of course.
During the holiday.
That is one of the things as parents,
Mhm.
it's like when they're little and they're babies, the airline is free and you can pick them up
Yeah,
and
but
take
still,
them.
but at 2 years old, they have to pay now.
They have to pay now.
Right.
So that was a change.
Mhm.
And then you didn't have to worry about school. So once
Right.
my son started attending regular school, no longer daycare, it's like I'm vacationing the same time as everybody else.
Right.
So spring break is more expensive. Thanksgiving is more expensive.
Mhm.
Christmas is more
That's why it's
expensive.
important to plan and make payment. That's why we have flexible payment options.
Okay.
Because like I said, we want you to get a great deal, but we're not going to sacrifice quality. So I'm not looking for the cheapest thing because we don't want the cheapest thing.
Right.
Because that's not going to be the best thing.
It's not.
I'm not saying break the bank. And it's
Right.
something think, oh, if I go through a travel, it's going to cost me more money. No, it might save you some money.
Right.
Because I'll definitely save you time because you can spend hours spinning your wheels trying to figure this out. Well, we can go right to it,
Right.
especially
Exactly.
if you're going someplace like Dubai or Asia, someplace you've never been. I would be leery about just going online, booking it like
I would
blindly.
not
I don't know
do
anything
that.
about it. But see, some
Right.
people do it. And oftentimes people have gotten the locations and they'll call us, hey, can you help? No, that's not.
Right.
Like, no.
I definitely
No.
would recommend if you're going someplace you have never been, you're going that long, it's taking 14 or 15 hours, I would recommend, unless you have somebody that lives there.
Right, that's different.
That's different.
That's different.
But if you're just looking online, then you want somebody that knows the hotels, you know the customs,
Right.
you know what we have to
And what
dre-
you're
you
gonna
know
do?
the
What you're gonna do
temperature.
once you get there?
Right. What am I going to do? What am I going to wear? What kind of clothes am I going to pack? What are the
And we put all
temperatures?
that in our travel
That's
documents.
so important. And like you said, it saves you so much
It
time
does.
because you can look online and some people will give you a review that may not be an honest assessment because the goal is to market and advertise and
Of
get you to
course.
come.
Of course.
But I always like somebody that can give me a real assessment of what the place is, the pros and the cons. I think you should always get them pros
Oh,
and cons.
I'm going to give you both. I'm definitely going to give you both. Hopefully there's going to be more pros than cons,
Right.
but if there's any nuances, I'm going to let you know those. For instance, like Dubai is great. However, I don't recommend in the summertime because you're not going to have
It's
that
too hot.
unless, I don't know, maybe you live up north somewhere. But even then, I mean, some things are even closed in Dubai because it's so hot.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that. We
Right.
would not have known you went to go see one particular attraction and it's
Like
closed.
say if you like hot air balloons, you're not doing a hot air balloon in the summertime in Dubai. It's too hot.
It's too hot. And then one of the my sister used to live in Nigeria many years ago, so I went a couple of times. And like you said, when you go that far, you may want to see some of the neighboring countries. And one of the questions when I got back, people would ask me, "Did you go on a safari?" No safari in
Nigeria. They don't have safaris in Nigeria.
So speaking with someone like you would help them know which country, if I want to go to an African safari, which country, probably Kenya or some of the other ones.
So even South Africa has some safaris, but if you want to like a lot of animals, they just like Kenya, like East Africa.
Yeah, so you need to talk to somebody so that you didn't book a trip thinking you're going to see animals and you end up seeing a lot of people. Or
you book a trip, you don't know what, like I met this couple in Dubai when I was in Dubai. I've been in Dubai a couple of times, but this one particular time I was in Dubai, I was on a excursion and I did a solo trip to Dubai because it was for my birthday, but also too, that was my first time and I wanted to see Dubai for myself.
Right.
Because honestly, I don't believe in marketing something that I don't know about.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna like look at something, read about it, say, okay, I'm an expert on it. Let me just sell this. Hey, you should go. So no, I need to like really see it. Like I need to get to Jamaica because I know they say Jamaica's open, but I kind of want to see it for myself just to see, is everything open? Like what are the attractions? So I'm working on that. But anyway, I met this couple. So when you go to Dubai, you got to see the Burj Khalifa. It's like one of the tallest buildings in the world.
Okay.
Like why would you not see that? You got to go to Abu Dhabi. But they went to Dubai. They did book with someone. But they didn't have any information. And the hotel they stayed at was horrible. Like you don't send someone. It was an all-inclusive. Right. All-inclusive. But Dubai is not known for all-inclusive. Okay. So you don't go to Dubai look for an all-inclusive.
All-inclusive, right.
And it was horrible.
Wow.
I'm not going to name the hotel chain, but it was horrible. And I met that, but they've been my clients since then. And I'm not I don't try to take people's clients. But they were like, no, we're not dealing with this person. And then the gentleman, I think he's Jamaican. He needed a visa.
Oh, wow.
The lady didn't tell him he needed a visa.
Oh, my gosh.
Meaning his girlfriend, she went, and it was her birthday.
Oh, my
She went to Dubai 2 days before him. He had to come 2 days later.
Wow.
Because he had to end up spending like $600 or $700 to get an emergency visa for him to travel. Oh, yes, it was just horrible.
And people need to know that stuff because if you don't have it in the beginning, then you have to pay extra.
Correct.
Yeah, because
this was in 2022. I probably booked, and I'm not even kidding, maybe like 6 or 7 trips for them since 2022.
Wow. I remember my niece and I went on a cruise and we paid all this money to be on the top level with the big balcony. And then some water started seeping in under the floor. And I'm like, what in the world? Who are we going to call? So we went to the front desk and they were like, oh, we'll give you a drink voucher. Oh, no, you will not give me a drink
voucher?
Yeah, we spent all that money just to have the top. I think it was her birthday, the top, the bigger balcony and things like that. So I will say a travel agent will definitely, you call that travel agent, you have the number, even though you're on your trip, if something happens.
Yeah, but still, I tell my clients, call me. I know there's a time difference. Like if you're in Dubai, if you in other countries, that's the time. It's a big time difference. Yes, I'm aware. I'm kind of, awake. I'm half asleep. Or my phone's on if people are traveling. But my clients, they have numbers. They have point people to call. Right. Like a direct person. I have boots on the ground. Yeah. That are there. Like in Dubai, like my people are going to meet you at the airport. Like these are my personal people that I know. They're going to meet you at the airport.
I like that.
And they're going to escort you to your hotel. They're going to escort you to your tours and all that. Because it's not like you're going to Atlanta or Houston. You don't need all that there. But when it's your first time in these countries, I think you just need a little more hand holding.
You don't know what to do. You don't know the customs. You don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
Get
or something happens. You want someone you could just call directly immediately. Right. Or whatever. So sometimes it's best to just call them first because I'm going to have to do the same thing depending upon what it is. Right. But if it's something like that, your room, but definitely tell the front desk first, but then tell me. But definitely let them get on it first just because they're there and we can't call the ship per se. Right. Unless there's an emergency like someone's
got sick.
Yeah, we can't. Right. But we would definitely do what we can to get you some compensation like after.
Yeah, something. Give me something. So I have a lot of seniors that are widows and widowers. Do you, and even like regular single people, do you kind of do a single thing and help people get roommates? And
Absolutely.
Like
so a lot of our trips now, like a lot of people that go on my trips, and we do a lot of groups. We have a lot of repeat guests, and some people come on those trips single. The next trip, they done linked up with someone on the trip.
Oh, that's good.
That's their friends. I remember I used to do these before COVID. I used to do a lot of group trips before COVID, a lot. And I remember seeing, I look on my Instagram or my Facebook.
they
out there hanging out like they
without
became friends. Yes. So, absolutely. And I tell
Okay,
people,
good.
our group trips, they give me from 18 to 80.
That's
the
good.
people. And I gotta say, I've been blessed I always get a good group of people.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always a good group. Everyone looks out for everyone. And they don't go on this trip knowing people, but they're family when we come off this trip.
That's what I love. I feel like good people meet good people.
Like, I just like
Good
this
people
past
attract
Saturday,
good people.
we just had dinner with, these are my friends, but these friends came from traveling.
Wow.
But it was 10 of us, but these are my friends, but most of them came from traveling.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now I'm going to ask you, what would you rather? Hotel, timeshare, or Airbnb?
Definitely not staying in an Airbnb.
Okay.
Because I can't guarantee the quality and safety of someone's home,
Right.
especially in another country somewhere.
Right.
Now, I will do an estate villa that's been vetted by a reputable company that we use. But I want a hotel. I'm on vacation. Cater to me.
Anything.
Like,
That's
I need
me.
room service. I need the bathrobes. I need the slippers. You know, so
that's me. You're a girl after my own heart.
I am not. I'm not a bougie person. I mean, some may say different, but
it's okay
I'm not. And I'm not
are.
snobby. But when it comes to my hotel, my vacation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm very, very particular.
Me too. My husband's like, "Do you really need a robe and slippers?"
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm here for.
I go
everything.
If it doesn't have robes and slippers, this is probably where we should not be staying here.
I want it all. And as soon as I get there, please make sure I have my robe and slippers and whatever my complimentary little snacks.
Whatever
It is.
I be looking for the note cards, little amenities.
Everything.
I do. I want that stuff. And I want my clients to have that stuff as well.
I do too. And I feel, I want your clients to have it too. Because I feel like when I was in my 20s, when I was 18 and stuff, I did all that. I slept on people's couch. We all piled in together.
Right.
I don't want to do that anymore.
And you can't go home to a nice house and then you vacation to,
No, I want the works. I want somebody to clean. I want somebody to give me insight and directions and restaurants.
I need a concierge downstairs.
I need everything. I need that too. I need that in my life.
And I'm a travel agent, and I still want a concierge downstairs.
So my husband can talk about me. My son can talk about me. But mom wants all of that.
Oh, no. The people that know me, they already know.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
want
even a
all
question.
of that.
It's not even a question.
So we talked about that you do have trips where singles can go on. And
Absolutely.
I noticed that you have a list of trips that you have going on.
And we're adding to it all the time.
Okay, well, tell us some of the places that you have in a group trip.
So the next group trip coming up is Egypt.
Okay.
And then we're doing a girls trip to Turks and Caicos.
Okay. Wait a minute. When is that?
I'm working on the dates. It's the summertime.
I need to get on that.
And this all came about on Saturday. And this is another thing too. I'm having conversation with friends and they throw out these ideas. I mean, if it was up to my friends, I'll have 30 trips planned.
I believe
this year. I don't know how we all gonna go on all these trips that they keep coming up with.
Oh, I love it. I have been. I've been to Turks and Caicos, but why not go again with a different group of people?
Right, and we're doing we are doing it's just a cruise. It's a short cruise to the Bahamas.
Okay,
but it's called the Ultimate Family Reunion Cruise. So everyone's bringing their family and just have a good time, and the kids and everything is affordable. A very nice ship. It's going to be on Royal Caribbean, Wonder of the Seas.
I love it.
I'm loyal to Royal. I mean, I do book other lines too, but I'm loyal to Royal. So that's one thing. And I'm working on something for December.
Okay.
For Christmas.
I love it.
Christmas.
I love it.
And now I do have a ton of groups because people come to me in their groups. Like I probably have about 25 active groups this year. They're not my groups that I'm hosting. But I'm going to Napa Valley this month, and I'm going to Cabo this month.
Awesome.
And Bali next month.
And we'll talk offline because I want to do something. I've always, I have my vision board and my bucket list, and that's something I've always wanted to do for women. Yeah. Maybe wives, maybe moms, but
that's definitely talking. Because I want to get back to it. I used to do a Mother's Day, a luxury Mother's Day trip. And it's just, you know what? And it's not on Mother's Day because people want to be with their families on Mother's Day. I'll do it before, but it's just a trip for us. A luxury trip for us.
For nothing.
We've worked hard. We took care of the kids, the husbands. Just for us. Let's treat ourselves.
And pampering and laughter and giggling and kikiing and all of that stuff that we love to do that they say we are bougie about. But we want to do it. And then we'll make no apologies for it. Right. And we will love it and have a good time. So we will definitely talk about that. Do we we really still need travel insurance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't travel without travel insurance.
Okay.
That's just like asking, do you need homeowners insurance? Do you need car insurance? You don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You just don't know. But just in case, and I can just give you, and I can just, there's so many scenarios. Like I just had a client was overseas.
Mm-hmm.
The husband got sick. They had to come home. Now, with them, they were able to get home and stuff. They did have some expenses. They racked up a few $1,000s in expenses, but they could just file an insurance claim.
Right.
Also, too, I had a person call me. It wasn't my client.
Mm-hmm.
Their mom went somewhere with some people on a cruise and got sick in another country.
Oh my goodness.
No insurance.
Oh.
Or I don't know if it was no insurance, whatever. It was enough insurance. I don't know. But if you're in another country, you get sick. To be medevac back home?
Yeah. Oh, that's so
that costs over $100,000.
I know somebody that happened to on a cruise.
Yeah.
They had to be medevaced off the cruise.
Off the cruise.
It's
That's really expensive. And unfortunately, if you don't have money or insurance, they're not going to touch you.
That part right
it's
there.
It's crazy. It sounds crazy. It's not America. It's not America.
I know we're so spoiled.
We are spoiled.
My girlfriend ate something on a cruise and needed a Benadryl. I think it was like 200 and something.
To go to the ship doctor.
It was
Absolutely.
She had to pay to go to the ship doctor. They may have been $700 or $800. And the Benadryl tablet was $200.
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that.
Oh, we're so spoiled.
But in that case,
blessed.
what we're gonna do? We're gonna pack a little medic bag.
Yeah.
Put our little Benadryl in, a little aspirin.
Yes.
But nothing for nothing
Emergency.
though. But who would even think? Like I don't travel with Benadryl.
I don't either.
Like who would think about
that?
But see, that's something. That's something. A little simple. A little more simplistic. I had some clients, they did have insurance. They were in Mexico, I believe. And the wife got kidney stones. Now, anyone that's had kidney stones, it's like, I've had them. I was praying to die. They were so bad. But no matter how much pain you're in, they're not going to touch you unless you swipe that card.
Right.
The husband had to swipe that card for $1,500 to get seen. And they weren't on a cruise. They were on land. And people love to say, oh, my insurance will cover it.
But what if you don't have the money or the credit?
No, they say their medical insurance over here in the States will cover them. I say, okay, try handing them your Blue Cross Blue Shield card or your Aetna card. See how that works out over there. Right. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I'm not.
I don't know anyone that was able to do that. They want a credit card. They want cash. And you're absolutely right. They aren't going to touch you.
They're not going to touch you.
They're not going to touch you. And that's scary. And for people that have pre-existing conditions, please take your medication. Please take your Benadryl. Please take your emergency. Please
but definitely get insurance though. But definitely get insurance.
Yes.
Insurance is so cheap. It's a fraction of the cost. And I'm so glad you asked that question because it's so important. And I stressed insurance a lot. And do we make money off insurance as a travel agent? Yes, we make a little bit, but it's not life-changing money.
Right.
It's to protect you. Because if you cancel for whatever reason, I don't have your money. Like we don't get paid as a travel agent until you all go and come back. So some people make it seem like, oh, well, you took our money. No, we didn't take your money.
Right.
The company has your money.
The company has your money.
So.
And I'm going to just say, this conversation has been fabulous, and you're going to have to come back and talk about all the trips. Like, it just went by so fast.
I know we see that so much. I know.
So fast. So then you have to tell people, how can they find you?
I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Travel by Shaiy. And Shaiy is Shaiy. Don't forget the I.
Don't forget the I. And so again, this is Dr. Carolyn Edwards with Get Your Life. Thank you to community newspapers for letting us go live. And then I do a replay on my YouTube channel, youtube.com at Dr. Carolyn Edwards. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.